So we all know about the new UK e-visa system. If you're traveling from the UK, you need to have an e-visa because the BRP is no longer valid, although they've extended the validity on paper to the 31st of March. But everybody knows that countries are really struggling to adapt to this new system. Why are we here? I'm here to tell you what to expect, what to do, and my experience when I traveled this year with the new e-visa system. Now, the first thing you want to do is you need to create an e-visa. Firstly, the UK government would send you a link on how to create this new e-visa system. You need to fill a couple of things, then you download the app and connect either your you can use your BRP if it's not, even if it's expired, and or your passport to create this. Now, after I created the e-visa, you have to ensure that you link your passport to this e-visa. The reason this is so, we will talk about it later. After creating this e-visa, you need to download your share code. Now, why do you need this share code? This share code would show immigration officials at the country you're going to. It would also show airlines that you are a legal resident of the UK. You need to have a screenshot of the page that shows when your visa is legally going to expire. Sometimes countries ask for that and other times they don't. Now, I did a poll on TikTok where I asked, what are the things you need, or what are the things you were asked for when you traveled and when you're coming back to the UK? Has anybody living in the UK traveled this year? Because I really want to know how the airport process is. Like, what do you do with your BRP? Do they ask you for your BRP? Do they ask you for your share code? Like, when you get to the airport, what do they ask you to show? Because I have a trip coming up soon and I really want to know what the new process is like. I don't want to be like blindsided by this new process. So if you've traveled this year, you're leaving the UK, you have the BRP, the previous BRP is expired, so everybody's using the share code now. I got a lot of answers, and this is just like a breakdown of different things different people were asked. After the screenshots, you also need to have a screenshot or a PDF file, or some people also said you need a screenshot of the page that has your share code. I know that some of us have generated our share codes since August or September. The share code that you generated in August or September is not going to be valid at this moment anymore. The share code is only valid for 90 days. So if you present that share code at the immigration or at the airport, it's not going to come up as valid. And nobody likes to go through the hassle of looking for stuff or just trying to generate codes or things like that when you're directly in front of an immigration official. It puts you off guard. You don't need that stress. So before you travel, you need to generate your share code. I got so many responses, and some people said that they were still asked to show their BRPs, which means in whatever you do, you still need to travel with your BRPs until further notice. Let's talk about my experience traveling out of the UK and getting to the new country. My recent travel was to Gibraltar, and before I went, because I had done this poll on TikTok and people already gave me different responses, I was armed to the teeth with documentation, and I did not want to be caught slack. I didn't want any reason not to go on my holiday. What was I asked when I got to Gibraltar? I was asked to show them my share code, which I did. So I had my share code already. I didn't print it off, by the way. I already had my share code on my phone. So I was asked to show them my share code. I was also asked to show them my BRPs. Now, yes, I know the BRP is expired. So why are they asking for this? I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I also had my BRP on me. Leaving Gibraltar and going back to the UK at the airport, I wasn't issued my boarding pass until they had seen my share code, they had put it into their system, and they knew that like it was valid. I was a legal resident of the UK. Your e-visa, even if you've already created your e-visa and you used your BRP to create it, there's the option to add another means to the e-visa. So you can just always add your passport to the e-visa, so that way when they swipe your passport, it would easily bring up your details both with the airline and with the immigration officer back at the UK border. That makes everything seamless. My friend who I traveled with did not have a passport linked. It wasn't an issue, but the immigration officer said in order to make things faster, it would be best to add your passport to your e-visa just to avoid all the extra hassle that comes with it. I hope this helps you with your next travel, and I hope you're ready to go.